That's right. That's a good one from Mitch Hedberg. I used to do drugs. I still do, but I used to too.
That's my favorite. Yeah.
You and
I
I were
like,
talking.
I also like the Hedberg one. He goes, I like rice when I'm hungry for 2,000 of something. That's one of my favorites. So I used to see him in the mid 90s, and I was just telling you this, but I always thought like he was bombing. I always thought he was bombing on purpose, but it just turns out that was his act.
Yeah.
That's just what he did. Yeah. And people, I remember like 1, 2 in the morning and nobody laughing. And I was like, I loved it. I thought it was weird and kind of offbeat, and turned out I was right, man. Like, and it's a shame he passed away. He passed away in '05.
Really? Yeah. Cancer, right?
2005. Yeah. No, heroin, brother.
Heroin. Oh, was heroin.
Yeah.
Oh, it was Bill Hicks
Yeah.
was cancer, right? When the
Bill Hicks had cancer. Yeah. You know, I started listening to Bill Hicks because of you.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
You turned me on to Bill Hicks. Yeah.
Another
I
satisfied
did not know about him.
Yeah.
Oh, genius. Genius.
Yeah.
Top 5, in my opinion. Yeah.
I mean, one of my influences was Sam Kinison, right? And
Oh, yeah.
I think he was more like in the vein of Kinison, where it was just very irreverent. Not, he wasn't screaming at the top of his lungs, but he was just like, good old Texas.
I was going to say, yeah, Texas. That's right. Is Kennison from Texas too?
Yeah, I think so. They're both from Texas. Yeah,
he was from Texas.
Yeah.
So there was a guy in Hollywood. I don't know if it was Sam Kinnison's brother, because Kinnison died in like 91, 92. It's been a long time. But there was a guy who used to wear a beret, and he used to go shopping for vinyl. And I used to go to all these record stores all over Hollywood, man, and try to get like obscure vinyl. And I was like, that is Sam Kinnison's brother. I know it is. And one day I was with Peter, and he's like, yeah, I think that's his brother. So I think I saw Sam Kinnison's brother shopping for records. Wow. You know who I used to see too is Sylvester Stallone's kid, who passed away too. My Lord. Sage was his name, Sage Stallone. And we used to talk about vinyl and music and stuff. And he was a really, really sweet kid. I guess it was drugs that got him, but he was super nice, man. Yeah.
Hey, you was talking about writing jokes for your pals. We got one here. Anthony Clark.
Okay.
I don't know if people remember. Anthony was pretty big in the 90s and early 2000s.
He was, man.
Very funny guy. I mean, very just like down to earth kind of comedy. And this is one of the jokes you wrote for him. This is at the Just for Laughs in Montreal. When do you remember when year this is?
2011, I think this is.
Okay.
It's been a minute. He quit comedy since. I think he sells homes now.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he's done with comedy. He's flipping homes. Wow. Probably making more money than he ever has.
I like his hat. He's got that New Orleans Saints going on there. That's a who dat.
Yeah, man. I knew you'd love that.
So this is your joke that you wrote for him.
Yeah.
I love Mexican food. I love the Mexican culture. We were actually going to go down there and vacation this summer, and then I found out this. I don't know if you heard this on the news. They found a new terrorist cell in Mexico, headed by Osama Pinata, head of the Al Quesadilla network.
Yeah, I was at the Improv one night, and I was talking about what I was writing, and we were all drinking. It was me, Nick Swartzen, Anthony Clark, a couple other people, and I told him that joke, and Anthony said, "I need that joke," and I said, "Yeah, it's yours. You can have it." Aww. And so he started performing it. Yeah, he's a good friend. And it's cool. I got a funny story. You're a Harlan Williams fan? You like Harlan?
Oh,
yeah.
I'm just a man. Oh, not a fish. Yeah, I love that guy. Half-baked.
He's so funny, dude. So I had never met him before, right? So he comes off stage, and we're all drinking at the bar. And he comes up to us, and he goes, "Hey, what are you kids doing over here with your flannel shirts on? You listening to some Nirvana?" That was it. And then he freaking walks away, and I was like, that was a hello from Harlan Williams. I thought it was awesome. And then I ended up talking to him a couple times after that. I was like, "Hey, you remember me? I'm the Nirvana flannel shirt kid."
He was so great. I remember seeing one of his special HBO specials, and I can't remember
Yeah.
the context of the joke, but he said, "I went to church and I stood up and I said, I smell ass." And I was like, "What the fuck? What the fuck are those?"
Oh my
But he's
gosh,
so
it sounds
funny.
like Harlan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. He's great. He's great. He's got a podcast called Harlan's Highway.
Oh,
It's
really?
really, really funny. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
right
really
on.
funny, man.
Man,
He
those old
just had
cats.
the great Pauly Shore on there.
All
Pauly's
right.
actually he's really funny, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, did
Yeah.
you know Paulie? Did you know Paulie and his
I've
mom?
met Pauly a few times. So my best friend Peter was really good friends with Pauly. So I name dropped Peter to Pauly one day. Peter, Paul, and Mary. I name dropped Peter to Pauly one day, and Pauly said, "Hey, all right, you're friends with Peter. All right, it's nice to meet you, man. Tell him I said hello." And that was it. But I'd never really met Pauly out too many times after that. I think one or two times after that at parties. I used to
Yeah.
go to crazy parties in the 90s.
Yeah. By the time I got to LA, all those parties kind of went away. I think the comedy scene, because it was starting to change. I mean, people were still doing
Yeah.
their own things and stuff, but it just seemed like the heyday of a comedy in the '80s. With like comedy, with the Comedy Channel that came out in the '90s. Before that,
Oh yeah.
you had all your HBO specials, Carlin, Robin Williams, like you said, Mitch Hedberg, all these people doing these specials, and now you
Yeah.
see them. It just, I don't know, man. I guess,
They're diluted, man. They're very diluted now.
yeah, it seems more
Yeah.
corporate comedy than it did before.
That's what it is. Yeah.
When Dangerfield's,
The goat.
oh, the
Yeah,
goat,
he's
he
so
is.
good, man.
I tell you, me and my wife, we go out on Tuesdays and Thursdays. She goes out on Tuesdays, I go out on Thursday. I get no respect, no respect. Oh my God, watching it, the Johnny Carson bringing out the new comedians, that was
Yep.
an event.
And if he invited you to the couch, you got the seal of approval.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
means you
yeah,
were
yeah.
solid. That
Yeah,
means you're probably coming back.
those days are over, man.
Nobody wants to be on. I mean, nobody in their right mind. I don't want to get political or anything, but it's just
Yeah,
not
yeah.
the same scene as it used to be, right? It just seems
No,
more
not
like
even
just
close.
not
Everyone
even
gets
close.
hurt.
Yeah,
Feelings are hurt. And
yeah,
people are
yeah.
screaming at comedy shows now, yelling, upset, angry. You're there for a reason. You're there to be entertained and laugh, right? So
Exactly.
enjoy.